Have you ever looked up at a plane carving its way across the sky and just dreamt of being up there in the cockpit? Well, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to lay out the complete roadmap, every single step it takes to go from the ground to the sky. You know, it's a question a lot of us have asked. It can feel like this huge, complicated, maybe even distant dream. But the truth is, the path is way clearer than you probably think. It's all built on a foundation of some very specific requirements, and we're about to break every single one down. And that right there, that's the first huge takeaway. The real journey to becoming a pilot doesn't actually start when you get in the air. Nope, it starts right here on the ground. It's less about learning how to handle the controls at first and way more about building the mental and physical foundation for what is one of the most demanding jobs in the world. So, why are there all these rules and requirements? Well, it really all boils down to one single core principle: safety. And we're not just talking about your safety as the pilot. We're talking about the safety of your crew, your passengers, and absolutely everyone on the ground below. So let's totally reframe this, right? It's so easy to look at a list of requirements and see them as these annoying hurdles you just have to jump over. But a much better way to look at it is as a checklist for success. These are safeguards, making sure that every single person who starts training has the fundamental tools to succeed, and most importantly, to fly safely. All right, first up, let's talk academics. This is all about building that mental toolkit you're going to need to handle the incredible complexities of modern aviation. Okay, requirement number one, and this is the absolute baseline, the non-negotiable starting point for your entire aviation career: a high school diploma, or whatever the equivalent is where you live. So why? Why does this even matter? I mean, it's not about what you got in history class, right? It's about proving you have those foundational critical thinking skills you need to understand really complex systems and, when it comes down to it, to make life or death decisions under immense pressure. That's why it's a must. Okay, next on the list is an entrance exam that gets a bit more specific: mathematics and physics. Now, hold on, don't panic. You don't need to be a theoretical physicist, but you do need a solid grasp of the basics. And here's exactly why that's so important. In the cockpit, physics isn't just some theory in a textbook. It's the aerodynamics that are literally keeping you in the air. Math isn't just numbers on a page. It's the weight and balance calculation that determines if a flight is even safe to take off. These skills get used every single day. Okay, so you've got the academic chops. What's next? Communication. I mean, think about it. In an industry that connects the entire globe, having one single clear language isn't just a nice to have, it is a critical safety system. And that language is English, period. It doesn't matter if you're flying from Tokyo to Paris or just a short domestic flight, all the official communication with air traffic control and other international crews happens in English. When you're moving at 500 miles per hour, there is absolutely no room for misunderstanding. So to make sure everyone's on the same page, schools need a clear benchmark. The industry standard is usually something like an IELTS score of 6.0 or an equivalent certificate. This just proves you can understand technical manuals, you can follow complex instructions, and you can communicate with total clarity, especially when things don't go as planned. And this slide, wow, this really shows you what's at stake. On the left, vague language just creates confusion, it wastes precious seconds, but on the right, you have clear, standardized phrases. PAN-PAN is the international urgency signal. It's just one step below Mayday, and it instantly tells everyone listening exactly what's up, with zero ambiguity. That level of clarity saves lives. All right, so we've talked about your mind, we've talked about communication skills. Now let's get into what might be the pilot's most important piece of equipment: their own body. Your health isn't just a personal thing. It's a key component of the aircraft's overall safety system. And to prove you're fit to fly, you're going to need this: a Class 1 medical certificate. And let me tell you, this is not your average checkup with your family doctor. It's a really comprehensive exam done by a specialized aviation medical examiner, and it's all designed to make sure you meet some very strict health standards. I mean, this exam is incredibly thorough. Of course, it covers the obvious stuff, vision and hearing, but it goes so much deeper into things like your cardiovascular and neurological health. And what's really crucial is that it also assesses your mental fitness, because a pilot's ability to stay calm and focused under pressure is every bit as important as their physical condition. So we've covered the academics, the communication, and the medical side of things. Each one is a critical piece of the puzzle. So let's put it all together and see what that final pathway to the cockpit really looks like. And there you have it. This is your pathway to the cockpit, broken down into 4 clear steps. Finish your high school education, pass those entrance exams in math and physics, get your English proficiency certified, and obtain that Class 1 medical certificate. These 4 steps, this is your launch pad. They prove you have the foundation you need to start the real challenge. And, let's be honest, the real fun of flight training.
Meeting these requirements is your first huge milestone. And once you've done that, once you've proven you have what it takes to even start, you're going to realize something amazing. The sky isn't the limit anymore. It's just a beginning.